Hello, my name is Heather Hall, and I'm a BHIS provider with Heart and Solutions out of Carroll, Iowa, and the surrounding areas. Today, I'm going to show you an activity that I like to do with the kids that I meet with. So, for starters, when I get there, we kind of talk about feelings and emotions, and I'll show them the monsters and be like, how do you think this monster feels? And they'll give me different emotions and feelings, and we'll talk about how each of those correlate to the picture. I will then ask the child to draw their own emotions. Like, how do you look when you're mad? How do you look when you're sad? How do you look when you're happy? We will then discuss triggers and coping skills, and I have another sheet for that. So they just write down things that trigger them and then ways they can cope, different coping skills, anything to assist them in calming down and de-escalating the situation. We go over that stuff a lot with children, and I've had guardians bring up concerns to me regarding the fact that their child knows all these coping skills, but they don't know when or how to actually implement them when situations arise. So I've came up with another activity that I think is awesome, and I think it really it makes the child accountable for their emotions and how they react to those emotions. And it's called the emotions box. So here's mine. It's Heather's emotions box, and I have different faces and different, emotions or feelings related to those faces. And on the flip side, I have coping skills of little pictures and words, but breathing techniques, reading, music, whatever the kid wants on their box, they can put on their box, even if it's their favorite animal. I want the box to be as personalized as possible and unique to them. You could also use hot glue guns, stickers, anything. It's very versatile. Well, so I ask that the kids use this box at least once or twice a week, and I created a slip. So when they have a behavior, I ask that they fill out the slip at least twice a week to start out with, maybe more. If a child's having behaviors multiple times a day, it's kind of unrealistic to ask them to fill it out every single time. So I ask, for starters, just like twice a week, and then maybe we can move up and do more. But so this just asks, what happened? How did you feel? How did you react? What coping skills did you use? Did the coping skills work? Yes or no? And then I also ask them to draw their face of how they felt. I also give the guardians punch cards. So every time that the kid fills out a paper and uses their emotions box, the guardian would then initial a box. And this can be used for positive reinforcement, incentives, all that good stuff. So once the child gets to 5 or 10, whatever the guardian sees fit, the child would then get an incentive, whether that be an ice cream cone, 10 minutes extra of screen time, 10 minutes extended on their bedtime, whatever the guardian wants to use to, as a positive reinforcement. So yeah, that is my activity. Thank you for taking the time to watch, and have a wonderful day.
Behavioral Health Intervention Services, or BHIS as we call it, is for children ages 4 to 19 years old, and it focuses on behaviors that appear at home and in school. So BHIS is an in-home counseling program through Medicaid, and it's available to children that are currently on Title 19. So BHIS is just an excellent complement to therapy services because therapy is more about uncovering the why of the issue, while BHIS is more about addressing the how of improving our behaviors in those symptoms that are typically associated with things out of our control. So there are many ways to identify if your child or other children you know could benefit from BHIS. A few examples are if your child's having difficulty concentrating or following directions, if a child is being bullied, or if you've noticed a change in eating or sleeping patterns, if you've noticed a difficulty in adjusting to a move or the drastic change of social distancing, or if the child is having difficulty resolving the behavior on their own. If you think that your child or your family can benefit from BHIS services, please call us at our toll-free number, 800-531-4236. Heart and Solutions would love to help you and your family navigate difficult emotions in any time of the year. So please don't hesitate to reach out if you think you or a loved one could benefit from behavioral health intervention services.